Have you ever realized that true power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself? Let's talk about the power of self-control through both philosophical and spiritual journey. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Lao Tzu. Welcome to Philosophy and Scripture. Today, we delve into the profound concept of self-control, a virtue highly regarded in both philosophy and Scripture. Self-control is not just about restraint. It's about mastering oneself to achieve a higher purpose. In Stoic philosophy, self-control is a central tenet. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from within. By exercising self-control, we can rise above external circumstances and remain unshaken by life's challenges. The Stoics taught that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. This inner mastery allows us to maintain peace and clarity, regardless of what happens around us. Looking at the teachings of the Scripture, the proverb, "Better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city," echoes the Stoic ideal. True strength is not measured by outward achievements, but by the ability to govern one's own emotions and desires. Scripture consistently emphasizes the importance of self-control as a means to live righteously and fulfill God's will. Additionally, another towering figure in philosophy spoke of moderation in all things. Aristotle believed that virtue lies in finding the balance between excess and deficiency. Self-control, in this sense, is about finding that golden mean, neither overindulging nor denying oneself unnecessarily. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean teaches us that self-control is not about suppression but about balance. It's the ability to navigate between extremes, making choices that lead to a harmonious and fulfilling life. Moreover, the Apostle Paul highlights that self-discipline or self-control is a gift from God. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. It is not something we must achieve on our own. It is a virtue empowered by the Spirit. Through this divine assistance, we can overcome our weaknesses and live according to God's purpose. Meanwhile, Immanuel Kant, a key figure in modern philosophy, argued that self-control is essential for moral action. In his view, to act morally, one must act according to principles, not just impulses or desires. Kant believed that self-control is what allows us to adhere to moral laws, even when it is difficult. For Kant, self-control is the foundation of ethical behavior. Without it, our actions would be dictated by fleeting emotions rather than rational principles. This idea aligns with the scriptural call to live according to God's commands, even when it requires sacrifice. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. This vivid metaphor from Proverbs illustrates the vulnerability of a life without self-control. Just as a city without walls is defenseless against invaders, a person without self-control is vulnerable to the destructive power of unchecked desires and impulses. Socrates, one of the founding figures of Western philosophy, famously said, "Know thyself." Self-knowledge, he believed, is the key to self-control. By understanding our own desires, weaknesses, and motivations, we can better govern our actions and make choices that lead to true happiness. Self-control is not just about restraining ourselves. It's about understanding ourselves deeply. This self-awareness is the first step toward mastering our impulses and living a life that reflects our highest ideals. And so, self-control is more than a mere discipline. It is the key to freedom, virtue, and spiritual fulfillment. By mastering ourselves, we open the door to a life of purpose, guided by wisdom and aligned with the divine. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of self-control. If this message resonated with you, please like and share the video to those you care about, and subscribe to Philosophy and Scripture. Until next time, continue to master your mind and nurture your soul.